GearNetwork.com.
The following is a presentation of the Gear Radio Network.
Okay, so Fat Man.
So Sleazy,
What are you doing in my house again?
you told me to come over.
God damn it.
I don't know why we could have taped Monday, but for some reason you want to tape tonight. I don't fucking know.
Are you seriously going to say that?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Survivor Series on The Wrestling Show. Welcome, everyone. This is Sleazy.
This is the Fat Man.
And welcome, everyone, to another wonderful episode.
Wonderful.
Wonderful pet. We've been off for a week, so obviously I'm fucked. Speaking of which, things being fucked, Chip Willett is here today.
God damn it. Listen here.
Wow. That's the interest I'm getting today?
That is
We ended our last show with me and Ryan teasing, and you said things getting fucked. You went right to Chip. You fucking sleazied all over that.
You're welcome. And speaking of getting fucked as well by Fat Man, ladies and gentlemen, the man who keeps shaking his head and talking about botched t-shirts, it is the man, Ryan Williams. Welcome.
Hey, yo, ProWrestlingTees.com. Fuck you, that botched shirt deal is deadly.
It is very deadly. They may or may not have just gotten another $100 out of me. So,
Did you actually order 10 shirts?
I'm about to. Yes, I am legitimately about to.
After Chip's here.
Chip's here. Ryan's here. Ryan feels like he's in a good mood. We're going to talk about survival. What's that?
That's the drugs.
That's the drugs talking.
Lucky.
Yeah, let's get right into it. We've got a nice show going. So, did we watch this live?
Yes, we did. In this very house.
In this very house. So that means twice. What the fuck was that?
On an audio podcast, he brings out, I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's a Fiend doll?
WWE put out, you know how there's the elf on the show? This is the Fiend in the scene.
Yeah, because, you still got to make merch off of a guy you've released. Why not?
Hey, no, I got this for Christmas last year. He was still with the company.
Okay,
and
fair.
Pushed.
Fair. If it was this year, I'd be pissed.
If it was this, I'm pissed that it was $6 this year. And last year we had to pay like $30.
You should have waited till Bray Wyatt was released, huh?
Fucking
because everyone fucking knew that was going to happen.
Wiggles even agrees. I said fucking Marks, and Wiggles just started barking. Anybody watch the pre-show?
Actually, yeah, I did.
Fuck your pre-show.
Okay, Sleazy's going to check out what Wiggles is barking. Sleazy did watch the pre-show. I know, because I was here live with him.
Great match, shitty finish.
Intercontinental.
There you go. Good call.
Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura versus U.S. Champion Damian Priest, because you got to have the Asian on the pre-show.
You need to the whole. It was Shinsuke Nakamura with Rick Boom.
No, I don't. Fuck off.
Hey, at least the Asian won.
By DQ.
I'll take it at this point.
Yeah, it was not the finish. It was, like Brian said, it was a good match with a stupid finish.
Yeah, what a fucking... Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta go beat the shit out of Rick Boogs.
Because he played guitar good.
Pat McAfee makes that fucking match for me when he calls Damian Priest the son of a bitch. It was pure emotion from Pat McAfee.
When he brought that guitar, you son of a bitch.
Oh my God.
It's the only good thing about the match was Pat McAfee, honestly. It was a stupid finish. There was multiple. I just didn't like what they were doing throughout the match. Knock was being, well,
Asian.
phone it in knock on this one for sure. So,
Well, anyway, the match went 9 minutes and 25 seconds. Fuck Dave Meltzer gave this 2 1/4. It was starting to get good, but then ended with a dumb DQ. I gave it an okay match for a house show.
I gave it 2 stars. Only because Knock won. But in such a stupid way that it didn't matter.
Chip?
Like I said, I was into it until the whole bullshit ending, so I guess 2 stars.
Okay. Main show.
What a fucking review!
Main show proper?
He reviewed your review by yawning.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
Yep. Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch versus SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair. 18 minutes and 15 seconds. Fuck Dave Meltzer gave this 4 1/4. Sleazy, you're the women's wrestling.
He's an overrating piece of shit to start with. It wasn't. Let me preface by saying that it wasn't bad. 4 1/4.
But it wasn't good.
Yeah, first of all, let's start with Travis's comment that this entire show was a 1-match card, and that's full. He's full of shit on that.
And he thinks this was the main event.
Yeah, no. It was an interesting match. It was a match that people were looking forward to seeing, but it wasn't the match.
So there were. I'll get into some news and rumors now on it. Apparently, there was reports of confusion backstage at Survivor Series, where some run sheets had this match going on last and Reigns and Big E going on first. And then what really happened was this match went on first, and what really actually happened. Big E and Roman Reigns goes on last. There was no way Jay Briscoe is winning the ROH World Title. As in, there is no way this match was ending the show. That's always been the plan since Crown Jewel, that Roman Reigns and Big E were going to end the fucking show.
Can you get any more of our tropes in one
Thank you
statement?
for noticing that.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, it was a 3-star match. It was an interesting, nice way to open the show, but it wasn't some blow off your socks match. And honestly, we've seen this before. So,
Ryan.
I think I expected this to be better than what it was, being the people who were in the match. I had no issue with the finish. Either one of them cheating to win made sense because they're both pieces of shit.
wait, they're both heels? You had a heel versus heel match? Are you kidding me?
Opening the pay-per-view, mind you, heel versus heel. But no, I just expected more out of it. I really did. And they could have did better. I don't know why they didn't. But in the same stupid breath, I didn't hate the match. I liked it. I just knew it could have been better.
Chip.
I thought that it was interesting that it was first, but you needed a heater to start off, and out of the whole card, that was the heater that you could choose. And I wasn't into it as I thought it was going to be. And it's just, the whole pay-per-view was very lackluster to me. So I don't think I gave anything really above a 3.5. This is a 3-star match to me.
I actually disagree with you, Chip. There was at least one match that, outside of Reigns and Big E, that would actually have slotted pretty nicely in the opener, and that's the Men's Royal Rumble match. The Men's Royal Rumble
at Survivor Series should definitely be the opener, yeah?
We did have a Royal Rumble match, but,
No, we didn't.
well, a Rumble match.
You had a Battle Royal.
We'll get to it. Fuck off. And speaking of fuck offs, this was 100% the match of the night, and it wasn't even close. I actually agree with Meltzer. 4 1/4. Or sorry, Meltzer agreed with me since my star ratings were written down before his. Great way to start the opener. This was a great match. It was physical as it should be compared to the feud. Easily match of the night, and it wasn't even close.
Were we watching the same show?
I was
we
watching the
definitely
show. You were standing eating candy
Was
during
I?
this match. Yes, you were.
And pizza, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck this shit. What hit the dead spot?
Men's 5-on-5 Survivor Series match.
Yeah.
Team Raw, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Brock Lesnar, and Austin Theory versus Team SmackDown, Drew McIntyre, Jeff Harvey, King Woods, Happy Corbin, and She Amos. 30 minutes. Meltzer gave this 4 stars.
I thought this was match of the night. Which isn't saying much because I only gave it 3.5 stars, but I
Okay, so outside of your foolish star ratings that don't make no sense ever,
Fuck you, Canada.
I feel like Fat Man hated this match by the sounds of that, and I want to know fucking why.
I didn't hate it. I gave it 3 stars. Good, not great, below average for what a Survivor Series match should have been. Too long, even with 5-on-5. No memorable spots at all. No memorable eliminations at all. It was just there. It was just solid.
I'll take solid at this point.
Still wasn't as good as a women's match.
It was absolutely better than the women's match. You're out of your fucking mind.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you definitely 100%. Yeah.
I'm going to come back to that when we talk about another match, by the way.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be good.
Chip's like, fuck this fucking podcast. I could tell.
No, it's just it's not that. It's just that it's supposed to be a big 4 pay-per-view. It's supposed to be something to write home about. And especially when they're not having a pay-per-view in December. They just mailed it in, and it pissed me off, honestly.
Here's the thing. You just had a draft, and now you're talking about brand supremacy. These people don't have brand loyalty, and there are no stakes at all. It's just matches versus Raw versus SmackDown with nothing. Why should we care?
At one point, the entire Raw team was the draftees from SmackDown.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to sit there and do what you did 3 years ago,
Besides
and have
Corbin,
NXT versus Raw versus SmackDown.
Corbin replaced onto it.
Large man from up in Canada.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yes,
Who
Canada.
Who gives a fuck what your bitter ass thinks about what's on the line at Survivor?
Here's the thing. My show. My opinion. Fuck off.
Wait a
Finish.
Wait
Let
a
me
second. The last time I remember, it said the wrestling show with Sleazy and the Fat Man.
Mine's the last name.
Yeah, you're half of it.
So my show. I never said it wasn't your show. Lawyered.
Well, no, you used the word my.
Still Sleazy show too.
It's our show, you fuck.
It's also my show. It's also your show. It's their
This is
show
a
too.
communist supremacy of all of America.
Okay, Biden.
Ryan, I'm
Wait,
in
what?
Canada.
It's because there was stuff on the line, whether you like it or not.
What was on the
in
line?
whole
What was on the line?
bragging rights. Tell me I'm wrong.
They
Show
They had an entire pay-per-view
Here's the
for
thing.
bragging rights.
they
Look,
never even brought. Adam Pearce brought it up once on like a SmackDown leading into the show, and it was never brought up during the show or after the show.
Hey, wait. At least with bragging rights,
Hey.
they had a fucking trophy.
Yeah. Did you watch Raw?
Yes,
Do you think I fucking watched the product, bro?
I actually
Okay,
did
well,
watch
here's
Raw?
And you hear the announcers talking about how Raw won overall that night, continuing the point of the bragging rights part to promote each show with something different.
Raw's won like everyone but one. This isn't.
Yeah.
This
So
is
the
stupid.
announcers still promoted it the next night about how they won.
But they didn't
So they
promote it
don't
leading
fraud.
up to it. So what's the fucking point?
They always say if brand supremacy, Raw versus SmackDown, see who's better. That's called promoting it because that's what
They
it is.
said, like I said, they said it once.
I'm sorry, but the
There's
entire
no stakes at all.
Whoa. Let's walk back really quickly. Brand supremacy doesn't mean shit because it's an open thing that Raw is better than SmackDown because Raw is longer. Raw gets more draft picks because it's 3 hours. Raw gets more airtime. Usually, Raw gets the quote unquote better stars. That's always been a thing.
NBC Universal pays $2 billion out of $3 billion. We know this, so
So then-
Raw's gonna win.
So then you break it down to people don't see it like that because people like us know that more people watch SmackDown as viewers than more people watch Raw.
Because more people have availability to SmackDown than Raw.
Because it's on network TV.
TV.
Yeah. But it's always been known that they were always the B show.
Even though SmackDown is the better show,
Yeah.
quality-wise, they're going to have Raw win every fucking year. They need stakes. Like, the loser gets the first fucking pick in the Rumble, the winner gets the last. Something stupid like that. At least have something on the line.
Sort of like
I don't
how the
disagree.
All-Star game in baseball became somewhat significant when you put the home field advantage in the World Series up for grabs.
I don't disagree with putting something cool as a stipulation, but to sit there and say, no, there's nothing on the line when there is because there's bragging rights and they will use it.
Bragging
But they
rights.
will
Then in
use
that
it
case,
when it's bigger.
every cross-promotional match has bragging rights. That means nothing. Every match has bragging rights. If it's not for a title, it's for bragging rights.
It's bragging rights for the show.
Anyway, Ryan, what did you think of the match? You thought it was good because you're a Mark.
I really did enjoy the match. And I did like the fact that Seth Rollins was a sole survivor. I, at one point, was hoping it was going to be Austin Theory, just because I like the young Austin Theory. Like, he's really good and really get a good push. And now with the whole egg thing, it's funnier. But everything went according to plan. I enjoyed the match very much. I am a Raw guy, so I'm glad Raw won.
Oh, I know you're a Raw guy, big guy.
I watch Raw live. I watch SmackDown maybe live, sometimes tape, but I always watch Raw because I'm a Raw guy.
He didn't get
Let me
the
pull.
joke.
Hang on. Let me pull back the curtain a little bit. One of the reasons why we don't tape at 8:00 on Monday nights is specifically because Ryan has requested us not to tape during that time because he watches Raw. So,
100%.
and I don't blame him for that, but we know where your loyalties lie, and it ain't NXT 2.0. How dare you?
I got a new brilliant theory about that. The WWE have built their own indie system, which is NXT 2.0, NXT UK, 205 Live, and Main Event. There are 4 different indie feds that share talent, but in different places. So they have their own indie system without having an indie system.
And they're intentionally nerfing NXT 2.0 so it won't become a legit third brand?
Yes.
Chip, what do you think of the
Everything-
match?
I liked how Kevin Owens walked out. I loved that. Just because it reaffirmed his heel when he tried to cover it up and be a face earlier in the night. It was a good match. It definitely had good wrestling in it. Interesting to see Jeff Hardy being one of the last people there, but 3.5.
Iron Man Jeff Hardy.
Overrating pieces of fucking shit. But did you see the tweet that the tweet that Kevin Owens did? It's like,
No, what did he say?
WWE's like, Team Raw survives, and then Kevin Owens like, we won.
Kevin Owens didn't get pinned.
Did get pinned or submitted.
Yeah, huh?
Just kind of like, oh, wow. Nakamura, Kevin Owens. Both same record on the night. Didn't get pinned or submitted.
For both Survivor Series matches having something like that somebody got counted out, Raw's was way better than that shit show.
Oh,
that happened
we'll
on
get
the-
to it. We'll get to it.
Oh, we will. We will.
We have 2 more matches to talk about because it's The Rock's 25th anniversary from debuting. Let's have a battle royal.
Before we actually talk about the match, what a fucking dick Dwayne The Rock Johnson is for not showing up to his own fucking This Is Your Life segment. The entire show was all about the fucking Rock coming to, 25 years of The Rock's debut. Oh my God, it's amazing. Rock coming? Nah, fuck that shit.
He was in Australia.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
But no, here's the thing. He was in Australia, but if you knew he was going to be in Australia, why not be like, this is The Rock's debut at Survivor Series, blah, 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 and then end it there. They made like the whole show be all about him.
How about 3 minutes of a promo on a phone?
Listen,
the
don't-
amount
don't-
of
don't
money
bring-
that
don't bring
the amount
logic
of money
into a
that
logical
WWE got
situation.
paid by Netflix or Red Notice or whoever made all of that worth.
I will agree with that.
Yes.
The whole Pizza Hut gimmick, fucking phenomenal. I absolutely loved the tie-in.
See that stomach?
Of course, obviously. The premise behind all of it, fucking garbage. The Battle Royal,
Nah.
fucking garbage.
Yeah, it's a battle royal.
Everything about it, fucking garbage. It's so bad that Ryan's phone fell over.
You were yelling so loud it tripped my phone. Yeah,
Pissed me off so much. What the fuck? It was nothing more than just fucking lip service to The Rock plus filling out 15 minutes. And and put over almost as a single
what
star.
pisses me off. Not a lot pisses me off about little things, but they kept fucking up how many people almost eliminated from that fucking battle royal. 'Cause I counted, and every time they were like, "It's this number," I was like, "No, it's one more." It's this number. No, it's one more. The next night on Raw, they're like, he eliminated 10 people. You dumb motherfuckers, he eliminated 12. 13 if you count AJ. And you showed all 12 eliminations and still win. He eliminated 10 people. You fucking idiots.
I don't know what to say to that. I mean, the entire thing was fucking ridiculous. I don't even want to rate it, but if I have to, it's a half star.
It was there just to put almost over,
Really? But
which is fine. It served its purpose.
yeah, so it could go back to being a tag.
Yeah, WWE, bro. WWE, bro. I give it,
We didn't even get good monster spots. There were two other huge guys in the match, and we got a half a second standoff with each one of them. Fuck this fucking show. Well, thank God we honored The Rock for his 25th anniversary.
Match went 10 minutes and 45 seconds. Monster gave us a start in the quarter.
We want pizza.
We did want pizza. That Praise pizza wasn't that good. I'm sorry, Slizzy.
That's the first time I've ordered a sheet from them. So
Oh, yeah, it was.
yeah, I wasn't a
The
fan.
wings were all right. Not great.
Yeah, the wings were okay. The wings were better the first time we had it.
1 star. It was a battle royal.
Yeah. I give the pizza a star and 3/4.
I was gonna go okay match for a house show, but it wasn't even that good.
Yeah. I mean,
Do you notice how many pieces of pizza I had? A slice and the toppings.
did you see how many pieces of pizza I had?
You didn't care like the whole pizza.
Right, because it's fucking pizza. Pizza's like sex. Even when pizza's bad, it's still good.
Yeah, Ryan was disappointing. The SmackDown SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos versus
Sure, I thought it was a good match.
versus the
No!
Yeah,
No, fuck you. You don't give a shit. You've been on the show in like 9 months. Versus the Raw Tag Team titles. You can say the same thing about your show. Come on.
I'm not going to stoop to that level.
You thought the Battle Royal was good, Chip?
No, I didn't. But I was like, wow.
What a fucking mark!
Hang on! Stop the show. Let's get Chip's opinion. It's the same as everyone else's. Okay, cool. Let's go.
SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos versus the Raw Tag Team Champions, RK Bro. 14 minutes, 50 seconds. Dave Meltzer. Well, sorry. Fuck Dave Meltzer gave this 3.5. Ryan, you're the tag team wrestling enthusiast?
that's the second time you forgot to put the word fuck in front of Dave Meltzer tonight. I'm kind of concerned for your old ass.
We've been off the air 2 fucking weeks. Let it go.
I've literally been at work literally all day. So
Wow,
So have I.
Sleazy, okay. No, Sleazy's kind of mad. Okay, yeah, no, I am the wrestling tag team enthusiast, fella. He's like, fuck, Sleazy got me frazzled. He yelled at me.
talk about it.
Ron Kids died, and I love RK Bro.
Agreed. Sleazy actually called the ending. He goes, you know what's going to be? The Usos are going to fucking try for a splash, and Orton's going to hit the RKO when they come down. He called it like 2 matches before.
Yeah.
Did he say it that condescendingly? Because that makes me mad, because that was a deadly fucking finish.
It was just predictable. I literally called it 2 matches before the actual match happened.
He did.
Yes, but did you, oh, that's going to be a shitty finish, or that's going to be a
No,
finish.
not
That's going to be all
He goes, we know what the finish is. It's going to be Orton and RKO on one of the Usos jumping off the top. Like,
okay, so you just can't. fuck you. He just casually said it like it was nothing. And then it happened. He was like, yes.
No, he was just like, yeah.
It's not like we haven't seen that before. Evan Bourne.
Match was cool. I did like the finish in terms of how it looked, but I think the Usos should have won.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match. I gave it 3. Took a little bit to get going, but it was your typical Usos match because it's the Usos. It was fine. Chip?
Yeah, I gave it the same. I enjoyed it, but like I said, it's just that when you sit there and you have the champion versus champions match, it's not none of the champions, and there's nothing really to build on or build from. I'm still really enjoying RK Bro as a tag team, and I think they should have gone over, and I'm glad they did.
Sleazy.
When Orton turns on Riddle, it's gonna be fucking fantastic.
I think it's
When Riddle turns on Orton. Yeah.
That's what I think's
Riddle
gonna
is
happen.
going to eliminate Orton from the Royal Rumble.
Oh,
That, yes, but that's not gonna be like Orton's turning on Riddle, because you're not gonna turn Riddle on Orton. Orton likes being a heel anyway. So it's just an easier
That's going to be the catalyst. Riddle
eliminated from the Rumble, yeah.
Orton. And they'll be like the final 4, like the final 6 or something, and then Riddle's going to eliminate Orton. That'd be the smart booking. They'll probably do it like right at the beginning of the match.
I can't wait. It's going to be so good.
It's a good slow burn.
Okay, Sleazy, what do you think of the match?
I thought it was an okay match for a house show, and the ending was predictable.
Women's 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. Team Raw, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Carmella, and Queen Zelina. Zelina, I like Zalzina. Versus Team SmackDown, which is Sasha. Sasha. Versus Shayna Baszler versus Shotzi Blackheart versus Natasha. And with Toni Storm. 23 minutes, 45 seconds. Fuck Dave Mouser gave this an okay match for a house show. So, Sleazy, you said the Raw men's match was better than the SmackDown women's one, or the women's one.
Mm-hmm.
But before the stupid count-out thing with Sasha Banks, you said, and I quote, this is way better than the men's elimination match.
Yes, it was up to that point.
Okay.
And then it went, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Kinda. Yeah.
I mean,
I wouldn't go
it was getting good. It was really, legitimately, it was getting good, and then it just fell off a fucking cliff. I don't know what happened.
So
I wouldn't go against, or I wouldn't get as animated as the sleeve he's getting about it, but what he's saying is true. It was really good, and then it just stopped being good after that Sasha Banks thing, and it ruined everything else.
So she slides into the ring to break the count. The ref still counts.
3 times.
I'm just getting there. Then she does it again, and then she does it again, and the ref still fucking counts. And it's just like, huh? In every match in the history of wrestling, that breaks the count. But when they want to not do that?
You know when it breaks the count, though? If you really think about it? When both feet break under the rope plane.
Bullshit.
That's bullshit.
They did it this fucking night.
Yeah.
Biggie and Reigns did it the same fucking night.
Yep.
all you gotta do
Reigns
is break
went underneath the rope with his fucking head, and the ref broke the count. Bullshit.
Yep. Me and Doe were wondering that same thing when they didn't. We're like, why didn't they break the count on that?
Because I remember
All 3 times.
I threw my fucking arms up during the main event when that happened. I was like, that breaks the count? Roman Reigns' fucking head, but half of Sasha Banks' body fucking doesn't?
The only one that should
by pound.
The only one that shouldn't have broke the count was the third one. Or the only one that should have broken the count was the third time with Sasha Banks. Because I thought they fucked up by letting her get into, like she got into too far. The other two, I was fine with the other two not breaking.
See,
fine.
Here, you're making a very big point here. It's about the exact number of pounds it takes to go underneath the bottom rope. So Sasha is about 100 pounds ish, right? Reigns is about 270. So when Reigns goes a third of the way under the rope, it breaks the rope count. but Sasha has to get most of the way into it to hit the rope break count because she's that much smaller and therefore that much less per
What, you
pound.
got a fucking radar or something trying to block this shit?
He's trying to be funny, but it's not working because he's sleazy and he's not funny at all.
What'd you rate it, sir?
I give it 2 3/4.
You fucking Mark. Chip, what did you rate it?
2.5.
You fucking Mark. Ryan, what'd you rate it?
Ryan doesn't rate.
Eat it.
Ryan calls it an eat dick. I gave it 1 star.
Sasha can eat my dick. I love Sasha.
Fucking goddamn.
Oh no, the eat dick wasn't in the match. The eat dick was you and the fact that you asked me to rate something.
I know, but I figured I would just like push it off to the side a little bit and call it a day.
The only thing I'm trying to wonder now is I'm actually going to look at the moment you're talking about Reigns and see how his body was when it went in. Because if you're telling me half his body broke the count, the other half is still outside the ring, is that what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let's talk about it. WWE Champion Big E versus Universal Champion Roman Reigns. 21 minutes and 55 seconds. Fuck, Dave Mouser gave this 3.5. I'm going to go first. Overrating piece of shit. It was an okay match for a house show. Went way too long, and the wrong kid died. There is no reason why Roman Reigns should have won this match. It was a non-title match. Big E
Exactly. That's why I thought Big E was going to win.
Big E needed the rub. And Sleazy and I were conspiracy theorying all night about how Big E ain't going to win clean. So how are we going to, or neither of them are going to win clean. So how are we going to do it? Nope. Reigns won clean as a whistle.
I really don't care about the negativity that Reigns is going to take on that, because at no point did Big E look sad during that match, and Big E did not hurt or get hurt at all at any way, shape, or form by losing in Roman Reigns.
Well, I don't think he got hurt, but I'm just saying, Big E should have won. Like with the Kingston Punk match from Full Gear. Reigns win over Big E doesn't mean as much as a Big E win over Reigns.
Again, I don't think that Reigns should have lost there. That is your, in all intents and purposes, top dog.
But it doesn't hurt him, though.
But it doesn't hurt Reigns to lose. If it doesn't hurt Reigns to lose,
No.
and it doesn't hurt Big E to lose, you might as well put Reigns over anyway.
We're seeing the same thing, but it's the opposite. If it doesn't hurt either one to lose, why not push the guy who hasn't had a 400-something day reign?
And didn't his didn't he just lose a match anyways?
Who?
Roman? It was a non-title match.
He didn't lose. Technically, it was declared a no contest.
What, with Xavier Woods?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was Woods won by DQ.
I think they threw it out officially.
Sleazy has a headache.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about this match. Let me put it this way. Having Big E lose clean here without any interference, when literally every other match that's been a big match with Reigns has had some sort of interference or some weird shit go on, does not make Big E look good. Does he look good in defeat? That's a hard thing to push anyway. Yeah, he kicked out of a spear, but a lot of people have kicked out of spears.
Yeah.
So, at the very bare minimum, you could have easily had, like, you could have had the bloodline come down and then Woods and, well, I think Kofi's on the shelf, right?
His wife just gave birth.
Yeah, so Kofi's out and about. So, you have Kofi kind of run off the Usos, and then you could easily have Steen come up and fuck with Big E just long enough for him to lose. Where then you have Big E take the L because, of course, Reigns can't lose, but at least it's a little bit of a tainted victory and makes it a little bit more balanced.
Reigns has too much interference in all of his big matches. This bullshit. The one time they give you Reigns in a big match, no outside interference, the internet response is, should have had outside interference.
Well,
What the fuck.
You're absolutely right. Taken in that context, you're absolutely right. But the one time it makes sense, they don't. The one time where it would benefit the guy that's losing, they don't do it. Every other time that they've done it, it's just been a throwaway. We don't want Reigns to lose at all. But when you have somebody who's literally only beaten 2 people for that belt, you need to have him have another credible win. What better credible win, even in a non-title situation, than a win over Reigns? You're trying to solidify Big E as the top dog of that brand. Even if you want to fuck around with the finish where Reigns gets distracted by Lesnar's music or some shit and have Big E win, that would be a million times better. But if you're going to book it so that Big E loses, at least have him lose in not in such a clean fashion that it makes him look like shit.
Here's another thing, Ryan. You're saying that Raw won the night. The only guy that lost on Raw was their champion. Lawyered bitch.
Damian Priest, their dumbass.
But he got himself disqualified. He lost. He lost, but he looked better than what Big E did because he lost by DQ. He got himself disqualified.
He got pissed over a guitar.
So they couldn't
therefore that was better.
So they couldn't even put the Asian over.
Okay. So what you're saying is 2 people from Raw lost their matches.
The 2 champions.
The 2 champions on Raw. Okay, so more than one person from Raw lost. Okay.
One person, the only person who lost clean was their champion.
Now you're just getting in semantics. More than one person from Raw lost. I mean, technically, how many of our people on Raw were in that battle royal? They lost too. That's a lot of losses.
Don't be a dick. You're trying. See, you know we're right, and you're trying to fucking make
Raw
it.
still won the battle royal,
so it doesn't matter.
That's what I was going to say. The battle royal was trying to be a dick because it was funny. Legitimately, though, you can't say Big E was the only Raw champion that lost because Damian Priest fucking lost too.
And that's kind of the other point is that you've made both champions look like fucking dweebs in the way you've booked it.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
But nobody's...
when you have, and I know what Ryan's going to say, the Usos put him over, and he has a legitimate argument about that. When you have, and here's another problem with this brand supremacy shit, that there's nothing on the line anyway, but you got champions versus champions, and you kind of want to make both brands look strong, at least the champions look strong. You kind of have to figure out a way to make them look strong in defeat. And Ryan's saying Big E got offense in on Reigns, which he did, but he was pretty much getting the heat for about 85% of that match.
This is why champion versus champion doesn't work.
I find that with Reigns, Reigns for the WWE storyline purposes will be that Reigns knew he could beat Big E. He didn't need an outside interference. The outside interference are coming against these people that are on the same show as him all the time and know all of his tricks and study all of his tapes. And Big E's on Raw, Reigns is on SmackDown. He just figured he could go run through them because he doesn't really know much.
Well, I guess he could because he did. Because Big E's a fucking goober.
Chip.
And not only did he know it, he proved it.
Did you just call Big E a ginger?
Goober. He's not Jinder Mahal. There's only one ginger. And that's Jinder Mahal.
No. Big E's a ginger.
Big E's the new ginger.
No, but he doesn't know. Because that way, then fucking the Singh Brothers would have come down and Big E would have hit the Colossus and won. Chip, what do you think of the match?
Yes, go to Chip after that. Chip,
like I said, I thought Big E should have won. This is a perfect time for them to have him get a win over Roman Reigns with nothing being on the line. I was just disappointed in the match, but it's okay. I was disappointed in the whole pay-per-view. So, stars 2 3/4.
Chip, do you have red pubes?
I have no pubes.
That is the correct answer.
And
Oh,
on that
you
note-
bastard. I just got it. Wow, bro.
Did you send that to the group chat?
Wow.
No, I sent it just
bro.
directly to Fat Man. But
Okay.
I'll ask him after the show.
Okay. Overall thoughts on the show. It was an okay show for a house show. Women's match, the opener. Fuck all you guys, was easily the match of the night. Other than that, it was meh.
Men's Rumble match was match of the night for me.
Rumble match.
Ugh, fuck. The men's Survivor
Battle.
Series match was match of the night, but not by too much. The show was meh. A
Chip.
warm bowl of water.
Chip.
I think this is probably the worst pay-per-view of the year I've seen.
Wow.
well,
Match of the night for me, it's got to be the first match. And I'm not saying that confidently.
And Ryan with the positivity.
match of the night was the men's Survivor Series match, and outside of the battle royal, I like pay-per-view. But and the battle royal was just, it is what it was. I mean, that's just it.
If you want to be a mark, listen to this.
Okay, so
I mean, there was no stakes on the show, so I guess that
apparently,
that plays.
Bragging rights, don't fucking play with me here today.
apparently there were timing issues for the show. There was concerns over timing issues at Survivor Series. You may have noticed things seemed rushed towards the end of last night's Survivor. This is obviously news and rumors. End of the Survivor Series pay-per-view. I did not notice anything rushed, but that's okay. There was worries. There was some worried and was described as a minor freak out backstage during the main event, as officials were concerned about running out of time on the show. The pay-per-view was scheduled to go off the air no later than 11:35 p.m. and still had the main event match to go. WWE had several minutes left, but in the moment there was concern backstage. There was people wondering why so much time was given to the entrances for the traditional men's Survivor Series match.
Because that was the fucking dead spot, was the actual entrances.
So,
No shit.
this
that's brilliant.
pay-per-view went off the air at like 11:25. They still had 10 minutes to go. So I think that's a bullshit.
It was
No,
there was no
Just
fucking
Normally they're like 3-hour pay-per-views. They've been really good on that lately. And when the hit come close to my time, when it come close to 11:45 and the pay-per-view's supposed to be over at 12:30, and it's like there's still a couple. I don't think they're going to do it. And then 12:25 hits, and it's like, fuck, we still got the main event. Like, but it seemed longer because they've had us trained for so many months now to just have a 3-hour pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was only three and a half hours long, but the thing is like it went. I just think that report was false.
Here's the thing. It's the main event. The match was clean. Ready? Go home. Pay-per-view over. Done.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
Slizzy just squeezed my hand. Ryan's jealous now.
Ryan knows.
Executives from Netflix, NBC, Universal, and Fox were reportedly backstage at the pay-per-view. Obviously, NBC, Universal, and Fox were obviously there for their brands, while Netflix Red Notice, movie starring The Rock, was obviously a prominent sponsor of tonight. Stephanie McMahon and...
Wait. The Rock's movie Red Notice was a sponsor for Survivor Series?
Actually, hold on. I'm sorry. It's WWE Survivor Series presents Red Notice.
Well, I was wondering if they would probably put maybe like one of the actors. I hear one of them was a former wrestler for WWE. In fact, I believe they were spending some time talking about how he was there for 25 fucking years.
Sleazy,
Yes?
we are not allowed to go 2 weeks in between podcasts no more because when you don't have a week to bitch, you become real super whiny bitch
Yup.
after 2 weeks.
I'm uber whiny bitch today.
So apparently, Stephanie McMahon was also backstage along with Nick Khan, but Triple H was not.
Still recovering.
You know, because that
Yes.
because it's heart
And
attack and all.
This is the note. It's interesting that Triple H was not there. He was seen with other execs touring the new WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut. He's not cleared to come back, you fucking marks.
He lives in Stanford, doesn't he?
Probably.
Or in that area? So no shit that he's fucking... you fucking... Who was this? Fucking Meltzer or...
I don't know who it was. But,
fuck.
shit! I didn't write any notes on that. I gotta find it now. Hold on. Okay. So we're just jumping right in. According to
Fuck Dave Meltzer.
Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics.com, the
And also, friend of the show, Chris Gullo.
Full Gear did
I like Chris.
145,000 buys worldwide for around a $4 million revenue total. It'd be $7 million added in. Sorry, it was $6 million total. That was before the split with the pay-per-view companies, and $7 million if you add in the ticket sales and the merchandise.
Not bad for some indie company.
Not bad for a T-shirt company. Get it right.
That too.
So apparently, I should have talked about this. Talk about Triple H. The new office complex WWE is moving into once housed the local offices of banking giant UBS, and has recently locked into more than 120,000 square feet of new leases that the companies are include WWE and Philip Morris, of all people.
Yeah, because when I think of WWE, I think, we should be in the same building as cigarette maker giant Philip Morris.
So they're renovating a few floors from themselves, but they're leasing. It's not their building.
Oh, okay. That makes it a little better.
Yeah. Hearst Connecticut Media recently made an inquiry to WWE about its new company HQ, and we're told that the target was late 2022 to move employees into the new space. Including new space, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's essentially it. It was supposed to open this year, but because of COVID, it didn't.
Holy shit. It's not just some small thing. It is the largest building in Stanford.
Yes.
I did not know that.
It is, I think it's like 677 Washington Boulevard or something like that. I don't remember.
Yes, it
Look at
is.
you, sleazy, being a wrestling journalist, looking into things.
So while we were away, WWE's...
Fuck you.
So when we were away, WWE decided to... If I can find...
Be a little bitch like Ryan?
Ryan is a little bitch.
Wow. What the fuck?
Ryan is a little bitch.
How dare you call me a fucking journalist?
WWE decided to release... WWE decided to release more people.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Top Data, Ashante T. Adonis, Jackson Riker, Shane Thorne, Drake Maverick, Shane Strickland,
Goddamn, pal.
Tegan Knox,
Holy shit.
and John
She's
Morrison.
injury prone.
John Morrison is not as much of a shock as a lot of people did. Although, he did like an interview not too long afterwards and said they didn't even say good luck to him. He was actually surprisingly upset about it, considering he let his, I'm going to say girlfriend, but it might be his wife
His
now.
wife.
Is it his wife now? Taya out. I figured it was only a matter of time before he was going to get cut.
Right.
But
You knew it was coming.
I would have thought he knew it was coming, but the way he talked about it in the message, I think he put it on Instagram or something. It was like, holy shit, he really didn't think he was going to get cut. Also, the other big surprise is basically the entirety of Hit Row's gone,
Yep.
including. Well, here's my problem: is
Chip's falling asleep.
he's out, fucking out, fucking out.
I just see Chip nodding his head down.
4 o'clock, so sorry.
Chip, didn't Shane used to work in MCW for a long time?
Did who?
Shane Strickland.
Shane Strickland.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so he was a huge name even back then when he was in the Indies. So to release him out into the world, I don't know what to say to that, and I hate to say this, and this is going to sound so terrible, but it's a very real reality. They were a great, popular group that was, frankly, not white. It was a group that a lot of people looked up to in terms of great superstars, and it almost had the aura of like the Nation of Domination in terms of how popular they were. So to just destroy the group as soon as they brought him up.
And just after calling what's the main roster.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
It makes no sense.
I didn't write it down news and rumors, but I saw that they had backstage attitudes once they got called up to the main roster, how they were hot shit. But I was just like, I'm not going to write that.
First of all, Shane Strickland's not like that.
Yeah.
Leo Rush, on the other hand,
I know.
fucking is. And I will never stop talking about how much of an asshole Leo Rush is. Hopefully by now he's gotten his fucking shit together. Maybe not. I don't know. But back then he still had
Maybe
shit.
not.
And
I'm bad things about him from AEW. I'm hearing a lot of good stuff.
yeah, well, maybe he finally got his shit together. But the point being is that I remember them saying at one point they were booked for Survivor Series, not booked for Survivor Series, booked for Survivor Series, SmackDown, and Raw, and then released. All in the span of a week.
What? Now, here's my thing. Didn't, when John Morrison was free agent, after Lucha Underground went under and all that, didn't WWE basically beg him to come back?
Yes.
And then just out of nowhere cut him like that? That's just...
That's the thing. There's...
I think there's more going on to that because Taya Valkyrie, when she got released, was very, 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 very out against WWE. And I'm thinking that, I'm not saying that cost Morrison's job. We weren't there, but, or maybe she got in his ear and said, we can work together somewhere else. That could be possible too.
Morrison his job, but it definitely cost Morrison his job.
Yeah.
Well, here's the other reality, and I'm going to say this again, and I know I'm going to get shit for it, and I don't really give a shit. This is a huge signal that they're leaning up their roster. They're cutting a lot of dead weight that they don't feel like they need to pay for because they're getting themselves ready for a sale.
I don't think so.
I really do.
I don't think so. Only because
They also know that AEW can't take on much more talent. There's the other thing.
oh no, hell no, they can't.
So
No.
they're free to release people that
And with
they're not gonna
ROH
use.
going out now,
yeah,
it's
there's
not-
nobody to work for all of a sudden.
but at the same time, you have, and again, they signed so many people and didn't use them. This was bound to happen.
Yeah.
And again, some of this talent's surprising, but with Morrison, I think his wife either got into his ear and he asked for his release, or she just bitched and complained about him on about them on social media, where Morrison just they caught. He's like, well, bye, like, but
Could this also be a strategic move to where, like some sports teams will do this? They'll cut a player and then sign him back for less money.
that won't happen.
So I don't believe that's the case, and here's why. I will read his statement.
Yeah, I didn't read his statement.
I want you all to know how grateful I am for the support you gave me during this past run with WWE. I also want you to know that I did, in fact, receive a phone call from, hey, boss. Hey, suck my dick. During which he told me that my services as a talent were no longer required by WWE. Didn't even get a best in luck in your future endeavors. I mean, you're going to let me go. At least give me your catchphrase, right? I don't know if that... That's fucking phenomenal. I don't know if it's something that draws people to professional wrestling or something that happens to people when they've been in the business for a long enough time, but my mind always races towards ways to pop the crown, even at my own expense. The whole idea of making yourself look bad to make someone else look good is a strange thing, but for me, it's such an important part of what I do, and it's foreign concept to so many people. I think that's why this past run with WWE meant so much to me, you know? I saw and spoke to people that I hadn't seen in 10 years. The chance to reconnect with old friends, make new friends, work with some of the best people in production in the business, some of the best professional wrestlers in the business. That does not sound like somebody who wanted to leave.
Okay, I didn't read
No.
his statement.
Yeah.
So-
And that's why I'm pointing
And
to the
then,
fact.
and then he literally said, I'm there to pop the crowd. So I guess that comment about Johnny Ace was probably untrue. He probably just wanted to say it to get a laugh.
Right.
So,
So it really does sound like that he didn't expect this to happen.
okay. Ryan ran away. So,
Ryan didn't
according,
run away. He's just fucking with something in the basement. That's all.
he's fucking something in the basement. Okay.
Nice.
According to,
Fuck.
Oh, Dave Meltzer.
yeah, you got it right this time. Kenny Omega has been working most of the year with a torn labrum in his shoulder. He's also worked months with an abdominal hernia and knee issues. Omega's also dealt with vertigo since 2018, which causes the room to start spinning while he's wrestling. Omega has been in great pain at times, and at other times the pain has been manageable, but he's done constant rehab and worked in weekly medical treatments to stay in the ring while champion. It was noted that at times Omega privately wondered if he's done so much damage over the years that his time in the business is up.
Maybe you shouldn't be doing 75-minute matches with Okada.
Kudos for Omega for working hurt, but also at the same time, why? He wanted to see the Adam Page storyline play out, which is
Admirable.
But if you're that hurt,
I will give him this. He didn't even fucking drop the AAA title.
he vacated it.
He vacated
and there is some speculation as to if that was a fuck you to AAA. I don't know why it would be.
He's hurt. I mean,
Yeah, he's hurt, but he's been hurt, and I guess the original plan, because that's always been the plan since Crown Jewel, is
Okay, so here's how was that.
what?
we're
fact that
losing you.
The fact that that's kind of a fuck you to New Japan to AAA is he should have dropped the belt to Andrade
Yeah,
months ago. He knew he was hurt months ago. There should have never been an issue with him dropping that belt to Andrade on that show.
yeah,
but he
that's
didn't when he knew he was hurt.
that's what I was going to say was like he easily could have dropped it to Andrade, but at the same time that was the plan. But then they got it next to Omega winning, and then he vacates it, knowing that he's hurt.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
that don't work for me, bro.
nope.
I think part of the reason why they didn't drop it to Andrade wasn't that the same weekend that he lost the Impact title to Christian, and that's why they
Yes.
didn't want to go through with it.
Who cares?
I know it's a who cares moment, but if that's what they're thinking about doing, they should.
It's
They
stupid.
shouldn't have had. First of all, they shouldn't have had him drop it to fucking Christian. Couldn't fucking put over somebody on their own fucking payroll. But that's a whole nother problem.
You mean you mean on Impact's payroll?
Yeah.
Moose.
Why? Oh God. We're not. Okay.
I'm waiting for it.
Sleazy. iPhone.
Thank you.
I'm trying not to choke on my own rage because, it's been a long day and we're trying to be nice and happy. But what the fuck? Seriously. The entire fucking run has been kind of weirdly booked from the first moment of him losing the Impact title to now. So, okay, he's hurt. I'm glad he's taking time off. I'm glad he's getting the help he needs. But come on, you guys. Fuck. If
We
you knew he was,
we know how much AEW cares about their wrestlers. They make them work hurt.
well, I think the problem is that Omega. Yeah, fuck you. I understand why Omega was doing it though, because this is basically his baby. Effectively taking this run as the title.
This is what they should have done. Then put them in tag team matches, and have them.
I
defend the
100% agree.
and put them in, and then protect them. And put them. Then why keep having him wrestle singles matches? You know why?
I know.
Because the people that run the company don't know shit about fucking wrestling. That's what it is. And speaking of that, Tony Khan says anybody who signs a contract with WWE these days is not signing a real contract. It's a temporary agreement. People come wrestle for me. A lot of those people are frankly lifers, and they know that. There's a lot more security with a contract here. I can't say I'm going to extend every contract or bring every person back, but I wouldn't have been doing mass layoffs. But if they're lifers, they'd be signing all the contracts, right, Tony Khan?
No, wait. I understand what he's talking about.
He's an idiot.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to walk. I'm going to give him a benefit of the doubt here, because the way WWE's contract is set is basically we can let you go at any time we want, but you guys stay with us all the time until we say you're done or that contract ends. Tony's contracts might not have that clause in them. And if that's the case, then they truly are contracts. WWE's written their contracts so that they aren't contracts. He's right in that respect. But I don't know how Tony's...
If I'm signing a piece of paper with my name on it, I'm signing a contract.
Yes, but you're... In terms of...
Legally, I'm signing a contract.
It's a distinction without a difference here.
So legally, lawyered, bitch. That's not what I was talking about. What I'm more talking about is the comment he made was, people are lifers, but it may not extend everyone. That's the comment.
I don't know about that.
That's what I was kind of getting at.
I guess my point is that I haven't seen an AEW contract, so I can't really talk about it.
And then he says,
but
I've been very selective in the people I signed.
Okay,
That's a
cool.
lot.
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit.
And every time there have been mass layoffs and the other side is terrible, and I can't say I would be able to take on everyone those people don't shit.
Right, and that's fine. But my point, I guess,
I was more talking about
The
not that
lifer
the
comment.
contract's a contract, but the lifer contract is in like these people are lifers or know it, but it may not extend you. Then they're not lifers. So
I don't know.
Fucking Mark, he's a Mark.
I mean, he also uses a bunch of talent that don't have contracts too. So I mean,
There's probably like maybe 5 people on our contract, really.
I'd say more than that
6.
because guys like Garcia have a contract,
6.
so that's at least 7.
Jonathan Gresham announces his new pro wrestling company, Terminus. It will launch Sunday, January 16th in Atlanta, which makes sense because Atlanta used to be called Terminus. The promotion will start announcing talent and more details this Monday. Well,
Oops.
they plan to use contracted talents from other companies and won't be signing anyone to their own deals. Women will be involved in the company. It was said the promotion was motivated by various factors and already in the works before ROH announced their major changes. I call bullshit on that.
100% call bullshit on that.
And of course there's going to be women involved in the company. You are engaged / or married to Jordan Grace. So of course you're going to have women involved in your company.
Some asshole actually got in with Jordan about Jonathan Grisham's contracts or his feeling about Ring of Honor. I'm like, he's like, yeah, no, Jonathan said he wasn't going to be at Ring of Honor once he was done. You're arguing with the man's fucking wife. What the fuck's wrong with you, idiot?
Some people are dumb. It's just funny.
Oh, God. It's hilarious.
Is this an update on Terry Funk? He's in assistant living. This is according to John Rizzi. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. I spoke with him earlier this year, and he had a hard time remembering, and he sat back in. I was trying to get him one of these Pro Wrestling Spotlights live shows that I do on YouTube. I talked to him, but just knew after that conversation was going to happen because he was in a middle of a conversation. He goes, "Am I John? Who are you?" I don't really... he didn't really remember very much, but when I was with Mick Foley not too long ago, a couple of weeks back here in Nashville, he talked to Terry recently, said that Terry was sounding better. He's getting the care he needs, and it looks like Terry Funk is fighting as he always has done to this time, and just remain cognizant and just be the legend that he is, and we wish him the best and pray for him all the time. So I had a grandpa who passed away last year who Alzheimer's, not died of Alzheimer's, but he clearly had it. And some days will be better than others. So the guy could have seen Foley on one of his bad days, or Terry could have seen the guy on one of his bad days, but seen Foley on one of his good days.
Yeah.
Because I lived next door for my grandpa. I took care of him, and some days were better than others. Mm-hmm. So,
some days it's just full moons.
Okay, you guys want to laugh? You
Yes,
guys
please.
want to laugh? Chip, you want to laugh? You still with us? You dead? Okay.
I'm here.
Jeff Harvey has an idea for a match.
Fat
I'm
Man.
here for a match. That
Tell
match
me.
was deadly.
Wait a second. Fat Man, tell me about this match.
It's called the Upward Spiral match. What if there was a match to which you wrestled for 5 minutes and then the ring started spinning? And then it spun at a certain speed for a certain amount of time, and then it could stop. And actually, you'll get dizzy, and then another 2 minutes or whatever, it starts to spin again, but now a little faster. And this is a quote from Jeff Hardy, I'm just curious to see if you can run spots as the ring's spinning and be safe about it. No, you can't.
Jeff Hardy's third strike confirmed.
No, you can't.
Okay, let's start with all the drug fucking jokes here. So Jeff Hardy got this in what drug infused stupor? This idea for a match?
I have no clue. Why did Ryan and Chip switch?
Hey, wait a second.
He was probably drunk.
No. Wait. That's how Jeff Hardy wrestles normally.
Oh, ha ha! There you go.
That's all I've got. It's late.
That was just,
It's funny because he used to be a drug head.
it's not funny if you explain the joke. God. So big news out of Japan. J Sports has discontinued WWE programming. J Sports
We knew that was coming.
J Sports has been WWE's Japanese partner for more than 25 years, but they just announced that WWE pay-per-view broadcast will be discontinued on Monday, December 27th, while the 6 different Raw and SmackDown highlight shows will be discontinued on New Year's Eve. It was also noted that the WWE pack offer by J Sports On Demand will be discontinued Monday, January 31st.
Do they know if they've got a new partner? Or
There's no word on the future WWE's program in Japan, but we'll keep you updated.
So I'm going to say this because you almost certainly won't bring it up because it's about an Asian. Kairi Sane has opened up a gym in Japan, and it's like a 24/7 gym. But the interesting thing about it is that she's changed her handle. It's no longer Kairi Sane. It's just Kairi.
It's $5 love you long time.
I'll let that go because Nia Jax is no longer an employee of WWE. But in all seriousness, one of the main things that she did for WWE was Japanese commentary. So I wonder if they're finally going, okay, you're done. If that's the case, maybe she'll go back to Stardom. Maybe she'll go back to, she might do stuff with Ice Ribbon or something. I don't know. Here's to hoping. She's a talent that's basically being wasted without being able to get in the ring. And I know she's wanted to get back in the ring multiple times now, and WWE hasn't let her. So,
as previously noted, Johnny Gargano's signed a 1-week contract extension, which is set to expire on December 10th. Belief is that Gargano is still in touch with WWE, but is considered other offers. So there's more to the story, but let me start right there. If he just signs a 1-week why would you just sign a 1-week contract and not an actual?
Because he wants to be in War Games.
Okay.
Yep. He never been in War Games. He wanted to be in War Games.
He pay him per night like they do with pretty much everybody else. When
Adam Cole, perfect example.
Yeah, Cole did the same thing.
Gargano's wife, Candice LeRae, is currently inactive due to her pregnancy. According to
Dave Meltzer,
Candice LeRae's contract is set to expire in May, but the belief is that they will add the time from the period that she's taken off of television until the period she returns due to pregnancy as a contract freezing period. And if they do that, that's going to wind up a long time into the future. 9 months, maybe longer, maybe a year because of the baby and stuff. But
well, that's probably why nobody's talking about Ciampa, even though they got signed at the same time. Okay, we'll be back after these messages.
The Young Bucks signed a new AEW contract that's set to expire in 2026.
Really? No shit. It's like they fucking own part of the company or some shit.
This is about Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega's contract. This is from Wade Keller. I have heard the intent and the hope that as Cody and Kenny come to deals, there's not signs that any of them want to leave or are disgruntled at this point, but they shouldn't be able to come to this point. Wait, what the hell? That's so poorly fucking worded.
I've had a
Are
stroke.
disgruntled they aren't disgruntled to the point that they shouldn't be able to come to an extension. Okay, I kind of had to. There was like 5 words out of order, but I don't know the situation. Maybe Cody and Kenny already signed contract and kept it quiet. Honestly, I don't think this happened, or else I would have heard about it. That's literally what he said.
Oh my goodness. Literally, what did he fucking say there?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
That's why I wrote it down. So Sleazy
I
can
could
tell.
have a fucking stroke.
Yes.
Thanks.
I'm seeing conflicting reports about this, but apparently WWE paid for Moxley's rehab, or is going to pay for Moxley's rehab, or reimbursing Moxley for his rehab, or helping AEW with Moxley's
like
rehab.
Sounds like a good guy WWE thing to do.
I wouldn't be surprised if they helped, to be honest.
The one person that said they're not paying for it is the ultimate AEW stan. Everybody, 1, 2, 3. Fuck Dave Meltzer. So, so I have no idea.
I wouldn't be surprised if they pitched in and helped.
I mean, that's kind of their thing. So
Yeah.
good for them.
Jim Ross is going to be taken off the road for about a month, and he hopes to be back on the December 29th Dynamite in Jacksonville due to cancer.
He's doing chemo or radiation.
Radiation.
Okay.
Cody Rhodes transitioned his Twitter account to the AEW Community Outreach Team. Now, I actually did some research on this, Ryan. And it says,
What? How dare you be a journalist?
I'm
got in
glad
there
you're
quick.
a wrestling journalist.
so it's kind of like their version of Make-A-Wish, but it's like a community outreach, kind of, but not really. They help out communities like building houses and taking care of go to homeless shelters and stuff like that.
When they did the show in Rochester, they actually went to Lollipop Farm.
Yep.
So Paul White and Mark Henry and I think Thunder Rosa too
Yep.
was there. I would have loved to have been there, but it was like amazing guys. But anyway,
This piece of news I think is fucking hilarious.
oh, Jesus Christ.
Impact Wrestling to release an extremely limited collector's edition of Slammiversary on a dual VHS.
So good.
You fucking heard me right. A VHS in 2022, because it's not released till next year, and it'll be $25.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Nobody's buying that to watch
Oh, I
it.
disagree.
To watch it.
Well, not to watch it.
That's what I'm saying. No
fuck
one's buying that to
no
watch
one's
it.
fucking buying that shit to watch it.
Hell no.
No, but it's an absolute beautiful way to do a collector's
Yeah.
edition on something like that. And it's a harken back to, dates of training. So that absolutely is wonderful. And whoever thought that was a good idea should absolutely get a raise.
So, Scotty 2 Hottie requested his WWE release. I
Yep,
didn't
I saw it the other day.
even know he was with the company.
He was an agent.
Yeah, he was training. He was one of the trainers at Performance Center.
And I didn't even know he was in the company.
Maybe if you watch the product, bro.
Doesn't matter if I watch the product. He's not on TV. Fuck you. Speaking of fuck you, Ronda Rousey was doing a Facebook Live, and somebody asked her if she's still under WWE contract. She's unsure and says, that's a question for my lawyers.
No, that's a question for the lawyers, not specifically her lawyer, was what she said.
She still got to talk to her lawyers. Lawyered, bitch.
No, as in it came
Petey
across.
Williams. Apparently, we talked a couple weeks ago. Petey Williams is tried out for a producer. WWE is absolutely loving him, and they want to sign him to a producer contract and get him fast tracked to be one of the top producers.
Really? All right. Wasn't he just in TNA?
He actually.
Uh-huh.
So here's the thing: he produces a match for Bound for Glory, and then did like a temp work for WWE as a producer, and then they're loving him and they want to get him signed.
Oh, nice.
A couple more. We're almost done. WWE to close their offices in Mexico. There was literally one office with around 10 people working there. So that's not a surprise. A couple breakups to announce. Apparently, Latin Flair won't be Latin Flair anymore.
Wait, what?
Well, he isn't following Charlotte on Instagram or Twitter or Snapchat anymore.
Yeah, he stopped following her.
Who gives a fuck?
Bully Ray and Velvet Sky broke up.
That's
So
been around for a while.
Sleazy?
I'm in.
Sleazy finally get Bully Ray.
I'm in. 100%.
And for me, I
Pounding-
can finally get Velvet Sky. She is so fucking beautiful. One last thing. AEW Revolution will be on Sunday, March 6th at the Amway Arena in Orlando, Florida.
Ooh, I just passed that 2 weeks ago.
That
Weird
is-
for them to do a Sunday.
Well, the only reason they're doing Saturdays is because of football.
Was that a night that...
Football Sundays during football season?
Yeah, so why would they have a show on Sundays?
That's what I'm saying. That's why they're running Saturdays during football season. Sunday, March 6th, there's no football.
Oh, yeah, that is late, isn't it?
Damn, missed.
Okay, 2 quick bits, then
Bitties.
I'm out. Number one is Taker gave his Mount Rushmore during a show with Kevin Hart. I thought was interesting.
Oh, really? What was it?
This was Undertaker's Mount Rushmore, and it's interesting for the people that are not on it. Andre the Giant, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and Shawn Michaels. No Hogan, no Flair.
Well, Flair doesn't exist in the WWE universe anymore.
Yeah, but Undertaker doesn't either, technically.
Fuck Hulk Hogan, so
Hey, fuck you.
he's right there. Fuck Hulk Hogan.
They're saying he's now back to the size he was as a freshman in high school.
Yeah, there was. Oh shit! Did I write that down?
And
No, I threw the paper out. But
Big Swole has left AEW. The very first person that's left an AEW contract.
Wow.
when was the last time she had a TV match?
A TV match? Like 6 months ago.
What does that take away from her being the first person to leave the contract?
Well,
Because she's not being used.
that's not kind of fair. She has Crohn's disease.
Oh, okay.
So there's a very good chance that she's leaving her contract because she can't wrestle because of Crohn's.
Okay.
So
Well, you didn't mention that. Now I sound like a dick.
you're welcome. So I'm going to try and get back to doing weekly fucking trivia now that we're getting back into the swing of things. So Randy Orton was lauded for having the most pay-per-view matches at Survivor Series. But there was also another record that was made or created that involved another superstar and has another record that's even kind of tangent to it. Who's the wrestler and what are the two records that he or she has?
I only know one.
So I'm going to leave that out there. We will tell you the answer next week on the show. Chip, what is your Twitter?
The Sports Guru 728.
Chip's drunk.
He's very drunk.
I'm not drunk. I'm just dead tired.
Me too. We're getting this over with. Ryan.
I got rid of Twitter. If you can find me on social media, good job.
He's got nothing to promote now. Excellent.
I kept Instagram for memes and I kept Reddit for random shit. If you can find me on one of them, congratulations.
Aren't you part of the wrestling show Reddit group?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We found him.
So find our subreddit at the wrestling show, by the way. I haven't promoted that in a long time. I'm at TWS Sleazy,
TWS Fat Man.
and the show is at Sleazy Fat Man on I always fuck it up, but this time I didn't. On Twitter and Instagram and probably TikTok someday soon.
Fuck you.
Yeah, why not? You can find our show every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. wherever you get your beautiful podcast. Make sure you subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. You can also find us and everyone at the Gear Network on gearnetwork.com. Starting tomorrow, you'll probably know this before this actual episode comes out, but I am starting Vlogmas. So catch us on any one of the many social medias, you'll see us out there. Other than that, so with thanks to Chip, thanks
Hey, guys.
to Ryan, who's going to point at the screen. There he is. And as always, for Sleazy,
For the Fat Man.
this is The Wrestling Show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
Fuck Dave Meltzer. Fuck Kenny Omega. Fuck Nate Gage. A hot dog on a sandwich. Ryan's naked?
I'm a truth that you seem to run from. I'm an army of one. I'm a clip in your gun. I'm the pain in the game. The bloodshed in your name. When there's nothing to gain, I'm a well-gone sad.
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.